Hi and welcome to Empowered Movement and Health. I'm Esther, and in today's video we are going to be mainly lying on our backs. We're going to move our spine, open up our hips and strengthen our core. If you have, grab your little squishy ball, and if you don't have one, then grab a pillow. We're going to be sliding it underneath our sacrum to bear weight on it. So if it moves like a ball, it's going to challenge you a little bit more than if it's just a pillow. But just the pressure of your sacrum onto the ball can help to engage or help to activate those internal muscles, those internal core muscles a little bit more. Plus, for a lot of people, it feels nicer on the back to be slightly raised when we're doing these exercises, lying on the back and moving arms and legs out. So let's start. Let's get onto the mat, grab your ball, grab your pillow, and meet me on the mat lying on your back in a full body stretch. Take those arms up and over. Go for a nice stretch. And then bring those arms all the way around so they're just slightly below your shoulders. You bend your legs in, place them really wide so they're wider than your mat, and then rock them left and right for a moment to open the hips, release the back. And then if you have a ball or a pillow, grab it and pop it between your knees. And then lift those knees up and just have them hugged into the chest, just where it feels comfortable. And then start to rock from side to side like this. You're massaging a little bit the back muscles here. And then you can take this into a circle. You're going to have those legs nice and tucked in. Just a few times one way and a few times the other way. And then we make the movement a bit bigger by bringing our legs more into a tabletop position. As I squeeze the ball, have my inner thighs active, and then I go left and right. And I rock the legs from side to side. Keeping those arms grounded and planted down. We're going to explore slightly different arms. So if I have my arms 90 degrees, palms facing up, and then in line, wrists in line with shoulders. Check how that feels. And then if you can, fold them at the elbow so you have like a cactus pose. Keeping those fingers relaxed. Notice the difference. So we've shortened our arms, so it's less counterbalance. So you should feel like you have to work a bit more from your center. Then you could also take those arms up so the fingertips are like a little hat over your head. Might give you more stretch into the shoulders and armpits, or just somehow over the head, wherever you can. And again, your center here, your core muscles, the muscles around your spine, they're going to have a bit more of a challenge because you have less counterbalance with your arms. This is just to try out different positions. If it doesn't feel good for you, just keep them by the side. Keep squeezing the ball. And then we're going to try 2 more each way, each side. And 1 more. Good. And then bring those arms back down, hug your legs in. You can remove the ball for a second. Just give those legs a nice hug in. And then keep hold of your right leg and just stretch the left one away. And then squeeze in your left and stretch the right one away. And then grab your ball again. We're going to place it under the sacrum. So I press my feet into the ground. I lift my pelvis up. And I place it under the tailbone. So think fairly low. So not your lower back. Lower than that. And once you're on it, just have a little play around to make sure you're not on the low back and it's in the right position. So when you put the weight into the ball, you should feel those lower abs tighten, or the lower abdomen draw in and tighten. And then you can start to lift your legs up. And then see if you can lift your arms up so you're balancing on the ball. If it's too much, just keep your fingertips on the floor. And if it's not wobbly at all, chances are that the ball may be too low and then your low back is completely on the floor and then it's not wobbly at all. And then from here, I'm going to do left leg and right arm, and they reach away, they open. So think of like you want to touch the wall in front of you and behind you, and then they close. And then you switch right and left, right leg, left arm, stretch it away, reach it long, and then back. And then again, reach and open. And if you do take this leg far down, almost towards the floor, make sure it doesn't happen at the expense of the back arching like this. So you keep the spine in the same position, and it would happen from the hip. So it would open here at the front. This versus this. So keep the ribs in. Think of almost tucking the bum slightly if you take your leg that low. I exhale to open, because again, as you exhale, naturally the abs draw a little bit in. So you're counteracting that weight. Now, if you feel really steady here, close your eyes and see if you can do a few repetitions without your eyes. It's going to help your awareness, but also it's going to make it a bit more challenging to balance on the ball without the visual input. And one more each side. And then next time the right leg is in, hug it in and stretch the left one away. Now that you're slightly higher, you might feel a bit more stretch, more opening into that left hip. And then we switch, we hug the left one in, we stretch the right one away. And then slowly back in. Check the ball is still in the right position. We're going to do one last one here. So you're going to have the knees again above your hips. And then you're going to open. Ooh. Attack from my dog. Sorry, let me go again. Open the knees to the side. And then back. She's come back from her morning walk, super excited. So you're going to open and close. You can do this with straight legs, or you can do this with bent legs. So just do a few here, and then we take it into a circle. As you open, you can stay for a moment. Again, if you have your arms off the floor, it's more wobbly, and you can just try to have a little wiggle around, again, to challenge your inner balance here, inner center. Same if you have straight legs, you have a little wiggle around. If the arms are in the air, it's a little bit wobblier. Let's try one more like this. You open, and you, like you're on a balance board, you wiggle around a little. Good. And then now we take it into a circle. So start with bent legs. You open, you go down and around. And as you circle here, what we don't want is as the legs go down that I do this. I'm obviously exaggerating a lot. And then as I bring it up, I do this. Yeah. So there's a little bit of movement, that's fine. But again, you're trying to have this balancing idea. If you take your arms up, either they just rest on your chest, or they reach, or they also circle, then you have more of a challenge. Of course, this can be done with straight legs. And remember, if it's not wobbly at all, the ball might have slid down a lot. So just check it's still in the right position if it's not wobbly at all. Let's try one more this way around. And then bend the legs again if you went for straight. As we go the other way, exhale as they lower a little bit down, because this is more challenging for the center, and then bring them around. So this way around is usually a bit harder because you have two legs going away from the middle to start the movement, and then around. Again, arms can always follow. And if all feels good, of course, you can do it with straighter legs. Really try to get that motion, that movement, that rotation, that mobility into your hips. So it's like your thigh bones are sticks rotating around in a ball. Two more here. And then release it back down. Feet on the floor, legs all the way together, and then open the knees out to the side. Put your fingertips on the floor, and then just start to rock from side to side, releasing the lower back. And if you take your arms off the floor, you will again find it a bit wobblier, and you'll find your center has to do a little bit more. And then one more each way. And then place those feet back on the floor. Press them in the floor so your bum can come up into the air. Take the ball away. Reach those arms overhead. Big stretch. So I'm reaching my arms back. I'm reaching my knees the opposite direction. And then I roll down super slow to mobilize the spine, one by one. And once you're down, bring the arms around. We're going to do one more here. If you can, have your legs a bit closer now, so hip width, press them down, tuck your tail under, roll yourself up one vertebra at a time. Then you can take those arms overhead, reach long, and then roll back down one by one. And then once you're down, just stretch out the legs and give it a shake. Again, they can be wide, arms can be wide. Just give them a shake. You can rock them in and out like you're waving or windshield wiping with your feet. Or you can shake them a little bit up and down. And then take your right leg and pop it across your left or over your left. So it's on the left side of your mat. And then hold on to the right arm and sort of a banana shape. Move over to the left corner of the mat as well. So you're opening the right side of the body. You're in a banana shape here. If this lifts up your right bum cheek, first of all, try and ground it back down. And if it still doesn't, then just bend this right foot and so have it close to the left leg, but press it down. And then you might be able to keep that right bum cheek down. So you want to keep the pelvis level that way. We just want that side to open. One more breath. And then come back into the middle. Bring the right leg to the right corner of the mat and then bring the left one on top. And then take your arms across to the right as well. You can just gently pull on your left arm. Try and get your left bum cheek back down. And if you can't, then you just release that left leg and press it down like this. And one more breath here. And then back into the middle, one last full stretch. And then you can either roll yourself back up to sitting, or you can rock a little bit up and down the spine, or we can come up sideways. And then any comfortable sitting or standing position, you're just going to stretch the body long again. Interlace your fingers, wiggle yourself long. And then you can open the arms and go for a twist. And then one the other way. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, other way. And then back into the middle. One more stretch up. And then drop it down and shake it off one more time. Thank you for moving with me. I hope you feel the benefits of these weekly videos I'm sharing with you. If you enjoy them, please like my videos, subscribe to my channel, and sign up for my weekly newsletter. I send it out every Sunday. It's called the Sunday Newsletter, where I share a link to the latest video with a little food for thought. The link to sign up is in the description below. See you in your inbox.